Alright, so this is the second video about percentage word problems. Okay, so I have two examples here for you. A factory produced 12,000 units and 6.75% were defective. Question is, how many units were not defective? Now you see I emphasize that word not, okay? 6.75% were defective. So that's the first thing we need to do, is to find out how many were defective. So in order for us to do that, um, we just need to follow these steps. Step number one is to convert that 6.75% to decimal. So that means we need to move the decimal point twice to the left. Okay, so I'll write the 6.75 here. So move that to the left twice. That's 1 and 2. Alright, there's a space between the decimal point and a 6. That means we need to put a 0 on that. So the equivalent of that percentage to decimal is 0.0675. And then step number 2 is multiply that to 12,000 units. And that equals 810 units. So what do you mean by that? This number are the number of defective units. The question is, we need to know the number of units that were not defective. So what do you think are we going to do in the next step here? That is correct. We need to subtract 12,000 and that 810 to determine the number of the units that are not defective. So 12,000 minus 810, the answer is 11,190 units that were not defective. All right, let's have another example. So out of 20,000 shirts made, 8% were rejected for poor quality. How many shirts passed the quality control? So if you understand the previous example, my advice is to pause this video and try to answer the problem. Alright, so to answer this problem, just follow the 3 steps. Step number 1 is to convert that 8% to decimal. Again, in order for us to do that, we have this 8%. Move that decimal point to the left twice. Okay, so there's a space between a 0 and an 8. We need to put 0 there. Next step, multiply that 0.08 to 20,000 to give us the number of rejected shirts. That's 1,600. Now, in order for us to find the shirts that pass quality control, all we need to do is subtract that from 20,000. And that is going to give us 18,400.